check Odor. Today I'm gonna prepare my July bullet journal spread. It wasn't so hard to decide the theme of this month. I'm a Potterhead, maybe you don't know it. I don't know how come, but yeah, in case you don't know it, I quite like Harry Potter and I was thinking that it's his birthday, so I can go for something magical. But in this channel, I already did Harry Potter theme bullet journal and Harry Potter icons, those kind of things. So I didn't want it to be repetitive. I wanted to change it a bit, so I was thinking about amazing Professor Snape and his poisons and his classes and how actually aesthetically charming all the magical objects are. So I decided to do kind of mix Harry Potter theme with more focusing on the poisons and the materials, like magical materials, what you use to do magic. I don't know, I'm gonna mix everything, looks aesthetic to me. Anyway, I'm starting with my cover page. I usually do a very detailed design on the first page of my journal and not doing much things inside of the journal. I like those cover pages because it helps me to do some arts, not just like journal spreads on these videos. And whenever I open my journal, I'm facing these entering, welcoming, pretty pages. Yeah, I'm quite humble, I know, right? And they just make me feel better. And in case you're here not for journaling, but just for to design something, we can do it together. Here I'm putting my base colors first. I'm using my watercolor Winsor & Newton Cotman series, which I am together almost for 10 years now. And I start with the base color and I'm trying to use very few water to don't dig a hole on my pages, because yeah, this is a journal, like a dotted journal, probably 100 gram more or less, so I cannot really use lots of water on it. It's just gonna end up very tragically. So I'm trying to keep water few and as few layer as possible, because when I do watercolor normally I'm doing sometimes 10 to 12 layers on the 300 grams paper. That's perfect, it doesn't really affect the paper, but here I can't do it, so I try to do like 2-3 layers max. And mostly I'm hoping that the next page gonna be okay, but I'm trying to not focus on it much. I'm just enjoying this page. If there's a hole or something, if there's a tragedy going on, I just can skip the next page and just trash it, or mostly I don't like to trash the pages. I can just tear a piece of paper from somewhere else and just glue it there and cover this hole with it and make it look pretty. Actually, I did it before, it works and I quite like how it looks finally. Anyway, I don't have much to say about what I'm doing right now. As I told you, I'm putting the base colors. I'm using my Dollar & Rowney brushes and sometimes the Vincent ones. I'm really mixing it up to the tip of the brushes. I'm not really thinking which brand it is, I'm just checking which tip is still okay, which one I didn't destroy yet. I'm just going for it, but I mostly use round brushes and very thin one because I like to put lots of details. Well, I'm already a bit regret to go for this kind of, not the theme, but this kind of cover page, because eventually I was like, I should have this, I should have that, I should add this also, maybe some mushroom cake, some persimmons, some potions, bottles, whatever. And I ended up with lots of objects and it really takes lots of time. Like my pinky fingers of my right hand is literally crying already and I have a long way to go. Anyway, if you are not a Potterhead, I don't know if it could be charming too, but the overall theme I think is just nice because of its color. It has this vintage look. It's like a bit witchcrafty, yeah, you can't really separate it from the main subject, but I find it charming. Anyway, like it's not just, yeah, I love Potterhead and it's just so related. It's actually aesthetically charming, so I hope that most of you gonna like it. If not, sorry, come back next month. Probably I will do something more flowery, more butterfly, rainbows, seas, shells, oranges, I don't know. I'm giving fake promises. Mostly my bullet journal themes are quite, let's say, interesting. At least I try them to be. I try to find different subjects than the other artists there, so you can have some alternatives here. But sometimes I go for simple subjects like strawberries. I don't know. Last month actually I did berries. It wasn't really original, but it wasn't crazy. Simple also. It was quite artistic and satisfying to do. I really enjoyed painting them. Actually did some more berry painting after the journal because it was so much fun and lots of little details to turn you crazy. And if you're obsessive with the details like me, you would like to draw some berries, blackberries especially. After I put my base colors, I'm taking another brush with like thin tip and adding some shades to make the objects more clear. This is my favorite part when it comes to darker shades, and the darker they just make all the paintings look better, at least for me. I don't like very faded drawings, so putting the shadows on it, putting the black there, just bring them up, you know, they go brighter and brighter. The details are becoming more clear and I quite love it. So this stage of painting, I'm having so much fun. I'm using my Vincent brush, I think. I'm not quite sure. After this step, I'm gonna take a gel pen and I'm gonna add even more details because I like doing it. And I'm gonna place a title on the page and add some last details with probably white gel pen, black gel pen, and whatever I found around. Actually, I could have used some gold colors like a sparky, bright, blah blah. This is Starry Night kind of gold paintings that I have at home. A lot of them. For a while I was obsessed with them, but I didn't think of it. But maybe it's a good thing because last time I did a Harry Potter theme drawings, both of them, I think I used those gold paints a lot. So here I'm kind of showing you that without a gold it's okay also. You can still do some magical look objects. After I add all the details with my gel pen, I kind of come end of this page's design. Well, it took me like 2 hours. I'm really dying. My hands actually really hurt, but I like how it's going. Like I enjoy doing it, so it's okay. But I will never do such a page. Probably I will do, but yeah. Let's say that I will never do it. It's like I will never drink and you drink the drink after. That's how it is. Anyway, here I come to the end of this page with a dead pinky finger. Let's jump onto the next page. I'm gonna keep it super simple. Okay, I usually keep those pages super simple, but this one I'm gonna keep it even simpler, as simple as possible to don't suffer anymore. I'm starting with my July title here and I'm using kind of this handwriting thing and I'm using my thin brush for it. I'm not really trying to make it so pretty. As long as it's readable, it looks okay. I'm good with it. I'm gonna put a like giant calendar of the month here. Mostly I'm writing down my meetings, my things to do, and like reminders or some little notes about the days. I quite like to have this giant calendar here. Mostly I cover the whole pages, but time to time I'm trying to change the setup a bit to make it a bit different than the previous ones. but mostly I'm going back to like full page one. But here, this month, I'm gonna try to not half page, but yeah, 3/4 gonna be for the calendar, and the right side, I'm gonna have a section that I'm gonna write down things to do, to remind the things that I would like to remind myself, and write them down on the boxes when I know the dates, or decide on when I'm gonna do it, what I'm gonna do, blah blah blah. For this not side gig, but a side section that I'm gonna put my blah blah monthly planner, let's say, I'm putting a kind of base color, like it's a piece of parchment paper, to make it a bit more brown and old looking, to match the theme at least a bit better. I'm using very few water and very light brown color. You can actually use coffee here. It could look very beautiful also. And having this kind of like wrapped parchment effect, and I'm putting some like dirt dots on it, like splash some darker brown on it to make it look a bit nicer than it is. And voila, here I come to end of this page too. Like I say, it's nothing crazy. It's just gonna help me to plan my month. But whatever, let's move on to the next page. Here I'm gonna have my habit tracker, monthly planner, reminders, targets, blah blah blah. I'm putting lots of things like smashed together here, and I mostly decide if I'm gonna use them during the month or not. But the habit tracker is a like must have for me. I really use this section. I find it super helpful. I like to go back and check that how I did in this month. I like to accomplish something like work out, or eat clean, or study some language, or I don't know, do some meditation, and I like to go and check these boxes after I accomplished it. It's kind of give me this nice satisfaction, and it kind of motivates me to do a bit better on my daily life. When I feel like doing nothing, at least I'm checking this section. I'm like, come on, yeah, you can at least do one good thing. I don't know, not to mark it down, but I don't know, I can't really explain, but it motivates me. That's the actual explanation that I can give. I didn't want to do like simple, very very simple one. I mean, it's quite simple, but a little work to make it look matching with the overall theme, and doing this section like little parchments as the previous one, and putting the titles on them. Which habit I'm gonna track this month is workout, food, like when I eat clean, animation, that times that I animate, language. Actually, I'm learning Portuguese now, and I'm doing it kind of regularly, so I would like to do it a bit more regularly than the days that I go to classes. I want to do it on my daily basis, or at least twice a week. And the last one is self-care. It can be the day that I did yoga or meditation, or go for a walk, or just put some nail polish, whatever it is, whatever makes me feel better. That I want to make sure that I'm not just stuck on the daily routines and the things that I feel like I must do, and forget about the things that actually please me. And beside it, I have two more sections. One is must-dos. Those are the things that I have to do during the month, but I don't know when, and I don't want to forget about them, so I'm gonna put them here. And the one below is wishes. I never had this kind of section before. I mostly have like targets and stuff. Here I want to write down some wishes, that things that I would like to have by the end of this month, or anytime. I don't know, some like affirmations. I just want to give it a try. You'll see how it's going to make me feel. And I'm going to the right side of the page. There is kind of letter looking section. I use a little bit creativity on this part at least, and it's going to be highlight of the month. I used to use it. Sometimes I use this section, sometimes I don't. But it's kind of like diary, but it reminds me, I'm just putting like little notes, how was this day? In the end of every day, I'm just going there and writing down what was remarkable about this day. And it's kind of good to like having these little notes about the days that sometimes I actually go back and read them. I'm not just forgetting about them. And the bottom section of this area is going to be for creative ideas that I'm writing down. Yeah, creative ideas, as you can understand. Here I come to end of this page too. I hope you like watching it and listening to me. I'll see you guys very soon on the next video. If you have any suggestion for the next month theme, please let me know. I'll see you guys very soon. Ciao!